Mark Stevens, a concept I came up with a few weeks ago is the duck shirt. It's gone pretty well. What happens is we just fire questions at the greatest player that's ever put on football boots.
A few people that want to shoot him, I know that.
And for 15 minutes, Wayne Carey answers them.
15 minutes?
You normally lead us off. We're going to extend it to a half-hour version, extended
really?
remix in just a few moments.
I'll lead it off, Hammer.
Okay.
Your ex-manager, Duck...
the Chook?
The Chook, Ricky Nixon.
Former manager, not current.
He's just signed a big modelling contract, I think.
He's your former manager as well, isn't he, Brownie?
He was at one stage, yep.
No, he has. I heard,
Why did you leave him?
He has just signed a big modelling contract, hasn't he?
With Chadwick's models?
With Gorilla Biscuits. Only joking. Chicken.
Seriously, in the Sunday Herald Sun today, Chicken Nixon's on a speaking tour. He's already done a footy club out at Wandon. If he was coming to your local footy club in inner Melbourne, Duck, would you go along and see Ricky talk?
Oh, look, he's got a few stories to tell, hasn't he? No, look, I've got enough mates that talk enough rhubarb to go. No, look, I read that in the paper this morning, and good to see that he's back out there on the talking scene and doing a good job, I'm sure.
How is the chicken going?
How is the chicken going? I caught up with him a couple of weeks ago, and he's got a few business ventures going on. I think there's talk that I think there was talk of a reality TV show following himself and Tegan around, and following them out to dinner. And
they still going well, are they, Tegan and Ricky?
I don't think I've ever seen so many people pull faces at me at once.
Duck, is it true that Ricky came to you not that long ago and said, I want you to be part of an AFL-style World Wrestling Championship like in America, the WWF? You and Matthew Richardson were going to be the star billings.
Cooter.
Really? No, so you're going to be like Andre the Giant?
What would your name be?
But that's serious, isn't it? I'm not joking. I'm not taking a piss.
No, I think he was looking at a venture to do with the wrestling. We did sit down and have a bit of a chat about it. But no, my wrestling days are well behind me.
Speaking of other celebrities,
hey, hang on, Stevo. Just before we go on, get on Twitter at Triple M Footy. In the world of wrestling, we need a moniker for our man Ducko here. So send them through to Triple M Footy, and we're going to weave a few into the conversation.
The Flaming Duck.
Speaking of celebrities, Brendan Favola is on Dancing with the Stars. The Bulldogs, should they have gone after Brendan Favola and given him a 2-year deal? You saw that they got all those entries in there last night. Did they need a lead-up forward or maybe a gorilla that could sit in the goal?
I was actually had a function with Fev last night. The only bloke apparently in history that's ever put on weight doing Dancing with the Stars.
He's on fire, the Duck today.
He's put on a little bit of weight, Fev. But I honestly, and I said before the draft, I think Fev should have had another opportunity. I really do. The way he's looking right now, no. But he's look, he's still got the ability. Kicked 7 last week up in the country, and I thought he was worth the gamble. I actually thought he was worth the gamble for a side like Collingwood, to be honest, because let's be honest, they would have got him at bottom dollar, and I think he would have been good value. That's not the case. He's dancing his heart away, and apparently he's not very good at it.
At the height of your powers, when you were just flying, when you came up against a player or a certain team, who did you just lick your lips and think, I'm going to have a day out today?
I'm going to enjoy this one.
Well, the Wakelands should have won 3 Brownlows for standing on the mark. You can
some truth in that, Brownie.
There's not. You don't. You know what? You can. As Dennis Pagan used to say, you can beat your opponents, never humiliate them. So no, all the opponents were always tough, Brownie. Always tough.
Individual best performance from Wayne Carey. On
field.
Hang on,
let's not turn this into...
on field.
No, this is the segment, mate.
It's all about you.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Probably in a losing game against Essendon here at the MCG, where I kicked a couple of goals.
How many?
10.
Had an off night. You're a good-looking rooster. You were then, you are now. You do wax your chest.
All this man
That
love.
is an incredibly tight-fitting shirt. Now, I have it on very good authority.
Is it?
That you have made a stance with the game plan and refused to wear any of their wardrobe because it's not fitting enough. Now, before you answer, we have someone else in the room here that can categorically deny one way or another.
All that I did is I went into the game plan, put on the shirt. Now, they got me in there probably 2 weeks prior to come in and have a fitting, along with Scotty Cummings, because he's lost all his weight. So he's got to buy all new
Needed
clothes.
to.
Been walking around. He's been walking around with the same clothes on, and they're just hanging off him. So we had to go in and have a fitting, and I was just purely pointing out that the shirts they gave me didn't fit. They were too big.
I heard tanties.
They were too big. What? Tantrums?
Yeah.
No, there were no
Schwatta,
tantrums.
I
Howie,
must
please.
say, he's left a couple of wardrobe girls in tears. And the statement
Not the
coming
only
out of
girls
Channel
he's
10
left in tears.
wardrobe, the statement, Schwatta, we have never worked with such a big prima donna as this bloke. Don't know him, don't care what he's done, don't want to bar him.
I have noticed that the wardrobe girl's been different every week.
Hamish, myself and you, we were in Bali in October. And your wife, Sophie, and Christine were all having a coffee, and we saw Duck on his scooter with no top on ride down the main street of Seminyak. How many times do you reckon he went back and forwards?
We had one of those nightclub clickers, and we got to 999 and went back to 0, so we lost count.
At the Kangaroos, had a lot of players run through the midfield who were really good kicks. Who did you just light up when someone got the ball, you were 50, 60 metres away? Who did you just love to be on the end of that kick?
Do you want me to wee in his pocket? The fella sitting across there was the best.
As long as he's on his left.
Yeah, he was no. Actually, he was one left-footer that was all right on his right foot. But no, Schwatta was the one that you lit up. You knew that you could lead, it hit you short, or you could lead back to space, and you know it was just going to go to the spot.
What happened to Adrian McAdam? I've always wondered. He was a guy who could kick into a bin, couldn't he, from 40 metres, kicked about 50 goals
Had
in
a good
10 weeks,
moustache.
and disappeared.
You know what happened? He got worked. Well, he got worked out. He had an amazing ability, but then players just played him closer and a bit more firm, should I say? And then he struggled.
That's the duck shirt. Done.
Ooh,
We're going to
done.
go to a Triple
Beautiful.
M Sport update. Did you enjoy the duck shirt? You're sweating with no
I've-
top on at the
no,
moment.
I've got-
He was up, he was down,
I'm
he was
only-
behind Brownie, he didn't know where to go.